Hello friends, you're watching India Today Tech, and in this video I am going to tell you my thoughts on the Galaxy S9 Plus. Samsung has priced this phone at 65,000 rupees. With no visible changes in its design, the Galaxy S9 Plus draws a strong argument against it. Samsung has not changed the smartphone drastically compared to the S8. There is still a curved screen at the front, there are thin bezels at the top and the bottom, and there is no fingerprint scanner in the display or some sort of new technology that we would have wanted looking at the renders that came out last year. But no refresh doesn't mean a bad thing. Samsung already had a great design in place with the S8 and it has fine-tuned it on the S9 and the S9 Plus. For example, these phones are slightly heavier now, which not makes them feel heavy but gives a very reassuring feel in the hands. Also, the bezels are slightly thinner, but the fact that it still has a curved display makes it very beautiful to look at. If Samsung really had to change the design, it would have been something like the iPhone X, or it would have been something like the Vivo Apex that we saw at MWC, removing the bezels completely and putting the camera on a motorized platform that ejects out of the phone. That is how you can create a truly bezel-less phone. But then Samsung would have ended up making a concept smartphone, not one that you can really use in your daily life and buy for less than 60 or 70,000 rupees. Now there are three things in particular that I like about the phone. First is that it still comes with a headphone jack. I saw the HTC U11 Plus, which is a great phone, doesn't have a headphone jack now, and so does the iPhones. Next, the phone has dual speakers with Dolby Atmos, which sound really awesome. And third is that the fingerprint scanner is now finally reachable and you can use it when you're using the phone with one hand. There's one particular thing I don't like about the S9 Plus, and that is the dedicated Bixby button. I mean, it's AI powered thing, right? So it should be able to respond when I speak out. Why there's a need for a dedicated button? The problem is, while using the phone, you would accidentally press the Bixby button and it would pop up out of nowhere. It's really irritating. But overall, the Galaxy S9 Plus is a really beautiful phone. Its screen curves and melds into the metal frame, and so does the glass back. And it's so designed that you get a very good grip in one hand, though you'll not be able to use it with one hand. And also, despite being beautiful and thin, it doesn't compromise on things like waterproofing or a headphone jack. The display is a major part of why this phone also feels beautiful when you're using it. It has a Quad HD resolution on the 6-inch panel and has great brightness levels. I think why the Galaxy S9 shines and why you would select it over any other phone in its price bracket, be it the HTC U11 or the Pixel, is because of its display. The display appears to be without borders when you look at it, and it appears as if you are holding a screen and not the phone itself. It's a really bright and vibrant display, so even if you are using it outdoors, you won't be having problem in under bright sunlight conditions. But there's one problem to all of this. I think it should be linked with the design and display part of it. That is, the S9 Plus has a 3500 mAh battery, and this cannot power the phone all day. In our time with the device, we found that if we use Quad HD Plus resolution, keep the always on display to its maximum potential, we would not get a full day of use. The always on display is a very nice feature. It displays the time and your notifications on the screen all the time, but it sucks up a lot of battery. We charge the phone in the morning, do our daily browsing and stuff, and see that the battery would be down by 5 PM in the evening. You would really need to carry around your charger if you are a very extensive user of the phone and if you love to keep the S9 Plus to its full potential. Galaxy S9 Plus also comes with top-notch internals. Qualcomm recently announced its Snapdragon 845 chip, which will be the go-to chipset for flagship phones in 2018. And Samsung uses a similar chip, the Exynos 9810, which it has developed on its own. This is paired to 6GB of RAM on the S9 Plus and 256GB of storage on the top-end variant of this phone. So the hardware is not much of an issue, and in fact, it is one of the best you can buy right now in the market at this price point. While till this time, it has been running very fluid and it's very responsive, more than the S8 Plus. We're not sure if it will stay this way 6 months down the line or maybe after 1 year. Galaxy S9 Plus runs Android 8.0 Oreo, and on top it has Samsung's own interface, the Experience UI. And apart from this heavy skinning, there are multiple apps from Samsung. For example, there's the email app, which we never really used because the phone has Gmail. Then there's the browser, the Galaxy App Store, and the Samsung Gear app, which if you don't have a Gear device would never come into use. But with all of those things, there are some useful apps as well. In fact, many people would say that they like Samsung phone because of its software, which I personally don't know why. But for people who like Samsung's interface, would find a consolation in the fact that it's lighter and very much faster than previous generation software that Samsung used to put on its devices. Now let's talk about the cameras on the Galaxy S9 Plus. It's a dual camera setup, and like many other companies who would want you to believe that they act and create images like DSLRs, they don't. But what takes it closer to a DSLR is the variable aperture on the primary sensor. You can switch between 1.5 to 2.4 manually as well, which makes this camera quite unique to be on a smartphone. The benefit of that is at f1.5 you get very good low light images. Now the benefit of f2.4 is that you get more people in focus when you are clicking images. All cameras including the S8 and the Note 8 have a static aperture, which means you can click photos at only f1.7. Now that's a very good aperture, but there are some cases where you need wide aperture to take more things into focus. This is where the S9 shines. Inherently as well, S9's sensor has much better noise reduction capability, and it's a great camera to use in any lighting situation. Apart from this, Samsung has thrown in some goodies as well, like super slow motion that we really like, and the AR emojis that are not really good, but the camera itself is quite good to be termed as a great upgrade compared to the S8. The front camera on the phone though has not been upgraded. It's the same 8 megapixel sensor, but it's still decent. It's not bad, but it's not good either. Image stabilization has been put to both front and rear cameras, but on the rear the sensor is optically stabilized, while on the front there is EIS. So should you buy the Galaxy S9 Plus? Surely if you're out to buy a Samsung flagship phone, the S9 Plus is the phone you should buy. But if you already have the S8 or the S8 Plus or even the Note 8, the S9 Plus don't seem to be a great upgrade. Also, since it's the start of year, we'll be seeing phone launches like Pixel 3 and OnePlus 6. So you may not hurry and just buy the S9 Plus, and also because it may see a price drop real soon. Let us know in the comment section below what you think about the S9 and the S9 Plus. And if you like this video, hit the thumbs up button, share it with your friends, subscribe to our channel to get latest tech videos delivered directly to your inbox. Thank you for watching.